Richard Majewski, and welcome to another edition of Take 10. Take 10 is a service department, corporate housing and global mobility podcast where we seek to offer insights based on informal chat and icebreaker questions to get to know the guests a little better, and followed by a summary of the guest's business so that you can examine potential collaboration. So without further ado, let's meet today's guest.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Juliet. Hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you. Hi. Thank you for coming on to Take 10. Really appreciate that. We've not done it in months, so please bear with me as calamity, will ensue.
I'm sure
We'll go
not.
straight into the icebreaker questions, actually. Although, should we do that? Actually, no. If you introduce yourself a little, please, Juliet. Over to you.
Yeah. So my name is Juliet Howie. I'm Vice President of Sales for Haven Housing Solutions. I've been there quite recently, just over a month now. Before I worked in corporate housing for other companies. So excited to be talking to you today, Richard, about Haven Housing.
Spot on, actually. And thank you for that brief introduction. We'll be hearing a lot more about Haven Housing Solutions later, and I'm really, really genuinely excited to hear about it. But let's first of all do these icebreaker questions, and then we'll move on to that. So we had some correspondence about a month ago or so. I know that you've been moving around a little bit. Town or country? What do you prefer?
Oh, do you know what? I think that depends on what country you're actually in as well. I love the UK countryside, so for that, but I also love places like Paris and Madrid as well. So I think that changes depending what country I'm in. And like in America as well, I love the cities. In the US, I love New York, I love San Diego. So yeah, bit of both.
Are you a city girl as such then? Were you born in a city? Is that your background? Or
I was born in the suburbs of Birmingham. I was brought up around there, so not very exciting, really.
Yeah, fair enough. No, you have to love the cities then in the city then, don't you? Yeah.
It was handy. It's handy as you're growing up as a teenager, I think. If you're out in the countryside, you're kind of stuck. But if you're in the suburbs of a city, you've got access to everything.
Absolutely. I had it the wrong way around, really. Childhood in Manchester, and then we moved to North Wales. And as a teenager, you're just sitting there not knowing what you're going to do with your life in the middle of a field. So yeah.
Counting sheep.
Yeah. Train or car when you're traveling around? Do you prefer train or car?
Again, that's a 2-answer question. I'm going to be a 2-answer question, Juliet, today. So again, if I'm driving in cities, I prefer to go by train. But then if I'm driving around, if I'm going to drive to Cornwall, for example, I would rather drive than take the train.
Right. Yeah. We did a Sabbath in Manchester last week, and we've at Stay Cooler. Shout out to Cooler there. And in previous occasions, I've driven, and it's taken like 4 hours, and then I learned from that, and I took the train. I think it took me about 6 hours to get home last week, with all the delays. Won't go into it, but it was crazy. So yeah,
Wow.
You've got some control of your destiny when you're driving a car. I usually prefer trains, but yeah.
And it depends if you're on leisure or business as well. How much time you've got on your hands.
And that particular point might affect the next one. Photos or videos when you are. Do you tend to take photographs or videos? And
I tend to take photos with my phone.
Photos?
More photos. Yeah, than videos. I mean, I'm happy to be on videos, and most of my company calls are on videos, and client calls are on videos. But if I'm kind of like taking pictures myself, it's on the phone, and maybe that's an age thing. I don't know. Maybe the
No,
Gen Zers are the videos, and I'm definitely not a Gen Z.
not no. Likewise, yeah. Should have thought likewise. And but if you're on holiday, then you take photos, of things. Do you? I tend to take videos. So,
Mm.
and I was wondering whether that would depend on business or leisure as well. So yeah, are you an artist as such? I mean, when you were talking about when you were writing about the countryside the other week, and I was thinking, oh, that sounds great. How lucky! And I wondered, painting or drawing? Are you an artist at all? Do you going for that kind of thing?
Do you know, I can't even do my signature in a nice way. So never mind trying to paint or draw. No, I love paintings and drawings, and and I would go out, and my house is full of art, full of paintings, but I can't actually do anything myself, at
I'm
all.
with you. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. I remember though speaking years and years ago to somebody who was at art college, and they were adamant that everybody can paint and draw. You don't have to be to reproduce something in a realistic fashion. It can kind of you
Yeah.
know
I'm not
it can.
sure. When you're on these team buildings sometimes, I don't know if you've done that, and you have to draw like a situation, and it's always like drawing people, and I can't even draw matchstick men in a nice way. It's
Mhm.
like,
Well, Lowry made a career out of it, didn't he?
yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean, and I wouldn't like to. I wouldn't want anyone to psychoanalyze my paintings or drawing. That's for sure. Last one.
Mm.
Um, I say in the kitchen, it's because that's where I listen to most of the music. But in the kitchen, music on or music off? Do you? I I can't go into the kitchen without switching on the music. To be honest, I can't do anything. Are you the same or
No, I can.
not
I quite like the quietness, to be honest. Um,
really?
if I'm
Yeah, yeah.
relaxing and reading, I'll put some music on, but generally, I quite like the sound of nothing,
Oh, really?
especially if
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
concentrating, doing something.
No, it's the same as my good lady wife. In all honesty, yeah, she'll always come in and try to switch Alexa off, but he usually gets the wording wrong, so it doesn't never works. So yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Now, when we were speaking earlier, very interested. You were talking about at an exhibition at a show, and the Tom Cruise lookalike. So please tell us about that one again, please.
Yeah, this is really good fun. So, the previous company I worked for in the past, we had an expo booth at this great big convention. Um, but unfortunately, our stand was right at the very back, and we were like, "Oh shoot, how are we going to get volumes to our stand?" Um, but luckily, the Top Gun 2 film had just been released that year, and the convention was in San Diego. So then we were able to get a Tom Cruise lookalike who was the spitting image of Tom Cruise to come to our stand 4 hours a day. And we had queues going all around the expo, people wanting their picture taken with Tom Cruise. So it was great fun. One day he was in his flight outfit, one day he was in his leather and jeans motorbike outfit, and really great.
Did you take any picture? Did you have any? You should post that on LinkedIn. You
I
should post
have
some.
I have a picture of me and Tom Cruise.
Oh gosh, you got to do that.
I
You've got
will.
to. That Yeah. I remember years and years ago, and The Office had just come out. That the comedy program, The Office,
Yeah.
and there was a David Brent lookalike wandering around. I think it was World Travel Market or one of those exhibitions. But Tom Cruise actually trumps that one by far. That's great. Oh, well, we want to see those pictures now.
And he was so it looked so much like him. Apparently, Tom Cruise refused to meet him because he looked so much like him, but obviously like 30 years younger.
Yeah, brilliant. I can't blame him for that one. I guess you don't want to kind of like see a shadow of
It's like, yeah,
look in the
meeting
mirror and
your
see.
20-year-old self. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that really would be depressing. Yeah. Oh no, fabulous. Thank you for all of that. And for the icebreaker as well. Love to hear about Haven Housing Solutions. I've been waiting so long. So yeah, please just
Yeah.
fire away. Thank you. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. So basically, Haven Housing Solutions, started a few years ago, founded by two owners, Merrick and Corrie. And really, they saw a gap in the market for displaced families and insurance housing. So their background had been in property development and real estate. And then there's a huge opportunity for government and insurance housing, for all the displaced families, and all the different situations for insurance. So they kind of built the company based on that. So we have huge amounts of properties we use for insurance housing. And now, as we've evolved and developed, we're now expanding into corporate housing. So we already have a few clients in corporate housing, and we're developing and growing that, but using all the property companies we have been using for insurance housing. And it's interesting because as relocation is evolving, people are looking for different things. Demographics are changing. So people don't want your bog standard corporate service department anymore. They want extra things, different things. We talked about Gen Z earlier. Gen Z are going to be our new relocators in the future, our new business travelers. They want something a little bit different. They want, they care for the community. They want more space. They want outdoor space. They're prepared to kind of not be on the doorstep of their company and maybe, be by parks or be by the coast, and we have a lot of single unit family homes, which is becoming more and more popular. If you're going to be staying away 3 to 6 months, do you want to stay in a big block or do you want to stay in a house with a garden and a bit more space? So we're seeing that increasing, and that's where we're really unique, and we offer these properties. So that's kind of what we are in a nutshell. And I think as the industry is evolving, I think there is a big place for these single family units. I mean, of course, we have corporate apartments as well, and for the business traveler that wants to be close to the office and has particular needs, they are perfect. But there's also other options as well.
Absolutely. No, that's great. And currently, then you have a lot of extensive listings in the States.
Yes.
And now you are. Do I understand it correctly that you're looking then now to onboard properties in the UK on as listings, or how does that work?
As and when we're growing, so we're growing and developing, we'll be looking at onboarding globally properties around the globe. So our strength has been in the US, and that's where our current strength is. But as we're winning new clients and growing that business model, definitely we're growing in the UK, all over Europe, Asia Pacific. So that's a huge growth plan.
Really amazing. And and in terms of, if you like, the food chain, so you will be an agency, or can other agents book through you as well, or how does that work?
We work with agents, so
Right.
agents can request us. So agents can book via us.
Right.
Is how that works.
Okay, right, perfect. Right, and then we're globally as well. And currently, are there any kind of growth markets where you particularly want to attract people, listings right now in the
I
UK?
think, everybody's talking about India. That's such a massive growth market. India, inbound and outbound, actually, for clients as well. There's a lot of property companies developing in India, but there's also a lot of Indian business also going out. And going out to America quite a lot. So I think it's a combination of them both.
Yeah. And I guess when you mention growth markets, I'm guessing also the Middle East and Saudi Arabia is one of
Yeah.
those, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And companies themselves, would they then also book through you directly? Can they do that, or is it
Yeah, the
fundamentally?
combination. So they can go direct, they can go through their agency, their travel
Yeah.
agency, their relocation company, or their corporate
Mm,
housing agent.
right. And is it
Several different.
technology? Sorry, Juliet. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, several different booking options. That's all I was going to say.
Right. And is it kind of technology driven as such, or is it a platform where you can only book online, or is there a call center type of thing as well?
So we have a call center. So we're kind of behind the scenes developing our technology as we speak. So
Right.
it's not launched yet, but there's a lot of back work going in hand. So we will have our own technology, maybe white labeling with some partners in the future on that as well. So that is really exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Oh well. Thank you very much for all of the your insights there. Into this new company in for the UK, isn't it? And you always get very excited when that happens. So thank you
Yes.
for that. Lovely to see you, and I'm sure that we'll come across each other again very shortly with so much going on in the coming weeks. So yeah, but thank you very much, Juliet, for your time. I'll
No,
just
thank
play
you.
an outro rather. So don't go away, and I'll be with you in a minute if it plays. Will it play? Maybe we. There you go. I said that it would all be calamitous. In which case, I'm just going to press a button and see what happens. Won't be a minute.